Hello and welcome to the Phantom Trading community. My name is Brad. I'm one of the co-founders here at Phantom, and we're really excited to have you part of the community. Phantom was founded in August of 2020 when we discovered that there was a large gap in the supply and demand trading realm. There was just no mentorships that really taught it, and really, when it came to Forex trading, there wasn't a space that was really focused on providing a high level of education as well as ongoing support to really make sure that you understand the concepts and guide you along your journey. Because let's face it, trading is not easy. The purpose of this video today is to get you started in the Discord, the Phantom Discord trading server, how to join it, and a brief overview of that, as well as the content dashboard. But chances are, if you've made it to this video, you've already been able to log onto the Phantom website and have been able to really just kind of check around the content dashboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Phantom content dashboards. It's split into three different sections: the Phantom trading strategy, which is going to outline the course from beginning to end, all of the components that we use to build trade ideas, execute trade ideas. The second portion is the putting it all together category series, which is basically going to put all of the concepts together and show you how to use them all together. This is going to be in the form of trade recaps, Zooms, backtesting sessions, and market commentaries. And then the final one are psychology and podcasts, which is still an in development section where we do podcasts and really just psychological audio pieces, things like that, just to help you stay in check with your mindset and keep you focused on the most important things when it comes to trading. So what we're going to do is we're going to join the Discord server. There's a couple different ways that we can do it on the content dashboard. Regardless of which of these three that we pick, there will be an option to join or at least navigate you to where the server link is. But what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into the Phantom trading strategy. If I scroll down, what we're going to see is this Phantom trading Discord server link. This is going to be found in the content dashboard, whether you're in putting it all together, psychology, or the Phantom trading strategy. What it's going to do is it's going to take us to this welcome series, which says start here, and get to the Phantom Discord server, which is actually where you're watching this video. So you've already found it anyway, but if you need to refer back to where the link is, you can easily find it throughout the content dashboard. So when we are greeted at this page, the most important thing that we need to see is the Discord invite link. Now, the invite link that you see on my screen in this video might be different than what you see. That's totally okay. We need to refresh the link every so often as our link does expire. So if it's expired for whatever reason, it should be updated shortly. We're usually on top of it pretty quickly. So what we're going to do now that I've copied this link, and we're going to go to Discord. If you do click on this link, it'll open up either Discord on your computer if you have it, or it'll open up the Discord website where you can either download the program for your Windows or Mac, or use a web version. I'm going to be using a web version today. It's just easy for the purposes of this video. What you'll see is that I have a fresh Discord here, open a fresh Discord account. There's absolutely nothing. And I'm going to want to manually add the server. But of course, if you click this link, it will just automatically open up Discord and open up the Phantom trading Discord server that you can actually join. So this is just an additional step if you need to manually open up a Discord server. So we're going to click that green plus. It's going to create this pop-up, which is where you can either create a new Discord server, but in this case, we have an invite already. So we're going to hit join server. The invite link, we're going to paste the one in that we copied from the content dashboard. Once we've done that, we're going to hit join server. And what we're going to see is we're going to open up Discord. We're only greeted with one channel under the verification tab. Sometimes you might get this where Discord doesn't really know what's going on. It says messages failed to load. If we just re-click or reselect the account verification channel, things will pop up. If you're using a web browser, sometimes you might need to refresh the page, but needless to say, what we're going to want to do is be greeted with this screen. This is going to be verifying that you're a human, that you're not a robot. So we're going to have to do a CAPTCHA. CAPTCHAs are awful, I know, but it's just part of the process. So we're going to show you how to do it. So we're going to click verify, and what this is going to do is going to generate a CAPTCHA for us. And what we're going to do is type in verify, and then you can see that we have verify CAPTCHA. That's what we want to do. We can also see that there are some instructions here on how to do it as well. If we just click that, we're going to enter the CAPTCHA. Like I said, CAPTCHAs can be awful, but we tried to make them as easy as possible. Once we've typed it in, we just hit enter. It's going to review it. I got timed out because I'm too busy talking. Let's try this one more time. BQV4A. Sometimes it's a little finicky, CAPTCHAs. There we go. We've been verified successfully. And what we'll notice is that channel has actually disappeared. We're still in it just because, we were viewing it anyway. We're going to move on to the verification channel. And what this is we're actually going to be verifying our Phantom Trading membership details so that anyone that actually has a active and valid Phantom Trading account will have access to the Discord. So what we'll see is we need to complete 2 steps. We need to complete our Google verification form and basically just react to a post indicating or raising our hand saying, hey, we've completed it. So if we want to open up the verification form, we can click this and we're greeted with a Google verification form where we need to put in some basic information. One being our email address that we use to sign up on the Phantom website, not the email that you use to sign up for Discord. That can be completely separate, but the email that you use to log on to the Phantom content dashboard. So we're going to do that. And our first name, last name, and then the Discord username. Whether you can type this in, or if you're not really sure what it is, you can either just click on the name in the bottom left hand corner inside Discord. That's going to copy it, and then you can just paste it here. It's important that we need the Discord name as well as this 4-digit identifier separated by the number sign. It's important because if people have the same Discord username as you, it can get a little confusing. And otherwise, if we hit user settings and go to user profile, we can see that we have our username just right here and here as well. So a couple different ways to see that, but the easiest is just clicking it. So once we've done that, we can hit submit. We'll say that the verification form has been submitted. Great. We're going to go back to Discord now. And this is just examples of everything. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to react to this post. And basically, we're going to be granted another channel, which basically just says that our verification has been submitted and that we're just playing the waiting game. We're waiting for our information to be reviewed, make sure that everything is correct. And if it is, we'll be granted access to the Discord server. I'm going to manually do it on my end here, but this is basically what's going to happen. We're going to be greeted with a ton of channels. A little overwhelming at first, but we'll go through things pretty quickly, but just so that we understand what's going on. The first thing that I recommend doing is jumping into the welcome channel. This is just going to be a high-level overview of the Discord server, just kind of looking at how things should be viewed or approached. Once we've done that, the best thing to do is take a look at the server rules, just to have a brief overview of acceptable conduct within the Discord server, as well as just some need to know information about your subscription at Phantom. And if you need to give us an email is just down below here. If you need to up your billing information, cancel your subscription, what have you, the link is right here and it will take you to where you need to go. The next place that I recommend checking out is what's called the Phantom Roadmap. This is basically from start to finish how to best approach the Phantom strategy from the beginning, the middle, and air quotes, the end. There really isn't an end because trading is an ongoing process and journey, but I highly recommend that you read this. It will take some time to read it, but I can stress that this is definitely the roadmap to success. This outlines how to effectively manage your time, what to focus on, how to focus on it, to understand the course concepts, but more importantly, develop your own trading plan and back it with data so that it is the most effective thing that you have to combat these markets. Once you've done that, there's only other few things to really familiarize yourself with, and that is the remainder of the categories that we have in front of us. So we have a support category and a community chats category, a Phantom team category, and then some archives. So let's just kind of go one by one. The support category is probably where you're going to spend a lot of your time. We have a frequently asked questions section that's continuously being updated to reflect a lot of the frequently asked questions that we do get. So I highly recommend taking a quick look throughout that. we have the Phantom Resources section where you'll get all kinds of different infographics, information, things that will be quick reference things for you to take a look at, whether it's trading plans, entry models, journaling templates. You need it, it's probably in here. So I highly recommend taking a look there. Questions. This is probably where you're going to spend a lot of your time early on or midway through. This is where you ask any question that you have, being as specific as you possibly can, just to make sure that things make the most sense. We answer in the form of threads, so we can keep the conversation super focused and try to answer every single question that you have as it pertains to the trading strategy, the community, the markets, you name it. We are going to do our best to answer every question that you possibly have so that you get the clarity you need. And remember, there are no stupid questions. The only stupid question is the one that you didn't ask, and by you not asking it, held you back from having a breakthrough moment, whether that was clarity on the markets, consistency, or just a deeper level of understanding that you otherwise would not have had. So make sure that you ask every question that you possibly can. But of course, I do recommend checking out the FAQs, the resources, things like that, before asking the questions. But at the end of the day, if you don't find an answer to the question that you have, shoot it in here and we'll help you out. The next channel is the Losing Trades channel. This is where the community is going to post trades that didn't work out, price action that maybe was a little bit questionable in terms of the trades that they were looking at, just for additional feedback. We usually answer a lot of these threads more towards the end of the session, but this is definitely a valuable resource where if you've taken a trade that seemed to have looked really great, and you want some feedback on, drop some charts. We recommend, as many charts as possible, the higher time frame down to your entry, to really understand why you took that trade in the first place. And then we can provide feedback on that trade. Now, if we'll move into the community chats category, this is where we have a general chat where, the community will just kind of chat about general type things. A mindset channel where we post motivational things that people read and come across that may help inspire or motivates others. It's a really great channel. The funding channel, this is where people will ask funding related questions on the various prop firms that are out there, as well as share their wins on whether you're passing challenges, passing verifications, getting funded, receiving payouts, anything that involves prop funding or funding in general. We want to hear about it. We want to talk about it. We want to celebrate the wins. We want to support each other if, things didn't go according to plan. It's kind of like the questions channel, but just relating to. We have an off-topic channel where basically anything off-topic is posted in here. It's a fun little channel, to kind of, chill at the end of a trading session or trading day. And then finally, we have the analysis access channel. So what we can see here is if you're looking for a place to share discussion or analysis on a particular pair, but you don't see it here, this is where you're going to get access from it. We decided to go with this sort of approach where you need to opt into the channels because it can be a little bit noisy, it can be a little bit daunting, and it's also sometimes not productive for your trading if you have a bunch of talking heads in your ear talking about which way they think euro dollar is going to go in that particular day. If 10 people are wanting to buy and 15 people are wanting to sell, what are you going to want to do? It's hard to say. You're going to be sway one way or the other. And if you're susceptible to that early on, I don't recommend joining these channels. But after you get your feet in the market and understanding of the strategy, it can be valuable to jump in those channels, have discussions with people, and just kind of talk about the markets as they're happening, and helping other people out, and just keeping the discussion going. So when you're greeted with this screen, all you need to do is react to this post with one of these relevant emojis, and you'll gain access to the channel. So we have, I'm just going to react to all of them, and you'll see that we'll gain access to all of the channels pretty much instantly. Might take a couple seconds. Basically what we can see though is that I've reacted to all of them. So I have the pound US dollar, the indices, the other pairs, and for whatever reason, euro US dollar has not popped up for me, which is interesting. There we go. It was just being a little difficult. And what we can see is when we open up any one of these channels, what we're going to see is that basically they're organized by threads. And the reason we approached it with a thread methodology is that way we keep things super clean. It's going to be organized by each day. So each trading day will have their own respective thread. And the idea behind it is if you're not trading, but you're still in the analysis channels, you physically have to open up a thread and basically right click and hit join thread to join that thread. Once you join that thread, you'll get the notifications that people are posting in it. It'll pop up that there's new messages in that thread, but it keeps it really organized. And as you can see, everyone's been sharing charts, sharing trade ideas, discussing everything that's been going on in the Euro US dollar, today's trading session. And the same is for each and every pair that we reacted to. We have an indices channel because we do have a lot of traders in the community that do trade indices. So definitely check that out. And then if your pair is not on here, maybe some of the minor pairs or just pairs that maybe the community at large don't focus on as much, feel free to post it in other pairs. This would also include things like crypto, gold, and so on and so forth. And then the final channel to kind of check out is the member EOD or end of day. And end of day is a markup or a review of a trading session or a trading day where you look at the price action for that day, mark up all of the trades that were valid per your trading plan, and be able to learn if you may have missed something in the moments. Also compare it to how you actually approach that session. It can be really insightful to how you thought in the moment versus what actually happened after you kind of have seen the session go through. We highly encourage and recommend everyone to post end of day markups. It's an ongoing process. It does take time, effort, and energy, but what I can recommend or what I can suggest is that if you consistently do it every single day, you will see a lot of benefit from that process, and you'll see a lot more of that being described inside the Phantom roadmap. And then the final channel is the Trade Floor voice channel. This is basically just a voice channel that you can join with the rest of the community, share your screen, have an actual voice conversation on live price action. There are impromptu sessions that are hosted from time to time by the team in these Discord channels. More often than not, Zoom is our preferred medium for team-wide, community-wide things. But if you want to have a conversation with someone that started in the Euro US dollar thread for that day, and let's hop on a call, that's a great spot to do that. We also do have one, I should have mentioned this, in the support channel as well, a support voice channel. This is where we can jump into the support voice and have a voice conversation about a particular question that you may have. Sometimes it's easier to hop on a chart and explain it in the moment than answering a question. So that's definitely an option that is used as well. So I'm just going to fold these ones. Now look at the Phantom team section. This is where you will find Phantom outlooks, so where the team is going to post how they're going to be viewing a particular beginning of the session. So in this case, this would be Alex Tricky's pound US dollar outlook in London, and then more often than not, there's an update for New York as well, just to see how things have progressed. This is a great way to compare your analysis to a coach's analysis, just to see if you have the similar thought process in terms of market structure, liquidity points, as well as points of interest that we would be looking at, potentially looking to take entries in that particular session. So a really great opportunity to learn alongside the coaches, whether you're new, intermediate, or experienced. If you're new, it might be good to look at these outlooks, mark up your chart just so you're on the same wavelength as them. But as you start to progress and get a little bit more comfortable, mark up your chart first and then compare to the coach, and then go from there. The team end of day markups is where the team will post their end of day markups. Basically similar to the member markup channel that we were looking at right here. If you want to mark up, this is generally speaking where they will be found. We did just do a reshuffle of our Discords. We had them split up initially where each team channel was inside these analysis channels. It got a little confusing for people who didn't want to be analysis channels, so we're rebuilding them. But that's where you'll find them. Same thing with team trades. This is where you find the breakdowns of the trades taken by the team, and so on and so forth. We have an investing channel that's being built out, which is basically just taking your knowledge a little bit further into more long-term investing. Within Phantom, we teach you how to make money trading the financial markets. Then we get to a point where what can we do with money to invest it for a longer period of time, diversify ourselves. So this is some interesting information that is put on by our other co-founder, Kevin. So I highly recommend checking that out if you are interested. And then the final thing to look at is our links section. Basically, this is just going to be where we have affiliate links, where we have different potential discount codes with prop funds, things like that. Our newest one that we just got was a discount on E8 prop funding. So a good way to save 8% on your challenge or funding with E8s. And we're constantly trying to get more discounts and things like that with other people out there, other programs, software, things like that. So we update those whenever we can. And then the final two channels, or categories rather, that I want to quickly highlight are the archive channels. These are essentially old channels. The Phantom Discord has drastically changed in the last almost 2 years that we have been running as a community. You know, we've seen things that work, we've seen things that don't work. You know, we've tested things and such. And instead of just deleting these channels because they are filled with a lot of information and things that could be beneficial, we have decided to keep them in the archives. So as I said, we had our outlooks and markups channels that were specific to each pair. We decided that was probably not the great way to approach it. So instead of deleting all these because they are filled with a lot of information, we decided to archive them so that you can still look at them, compare them, and just keep looking at things if you wish. And then the 2021 archive are in essence the old analysis channels, some of the old channels that we used to have, basically just additional places that you can look at. And really where they come into even more importance, they're in the top right hand corner of Discord, is the search feature, and we can basically type in what we want, and every single post, every single thread, every single channel is indexed so that you can search for a particular topic or sentence or whatever to help you find discussions that have happened, charts that have been posted, things like that. And what this is going to allow you to do is be able to find something on a topic. A big topic that gets questioned a lot is what is a floor or first level of respect. If we just type in floor, we can start to find people discussing this. And we can take it a step further if we want and search in a channel. So if we just type in and then type in a channel. So if we do questions, we'll see that we have the questions channel. And then if we type floor, what this is going to do is it's going to search, if it wants to work, there we go. It's going to search all the questions that mention floor within it. Let's do that one more time. And there we go. And basically this is just a really great way to search very specifically to a channel on floor. For an example, again, first level of respect. And you can see all kinds of discussions, chart markups, and questions that have surrounded this concept. So how I had mentioned earlier in the support channel, we do recommend trying to find answers to your questions prior to asking them, but there's no harm in asking a question, of course. This is just a great way to find additional information or discussions that are on these concepts. And then kind of the final things to touch on are the top section that will always be visible here in Discord. We have the events. This is where you will see the events that are upcoming. You know, right now we have a Zoom session with Alex Tricky and Aaron. They do a Zoom call every single Tuesday. You can see it just disappeared because the session is over. I think they are still going on, but the scheduled duration of the session has ended. The next session is the live backtesting session. And if we go on to the announcements, this is where we're going to see all of the announcements of just what's going on in the community, just different events. A lot of it is surrounding the live Zoom sessions that we do each week, and anything else that might be noteworthy to be reminded of. If we move on to the content, this is where we will get all of the content related announcements. If a new video is dropped on the website, new recording for a Zoom session has been dropped on the website, you will get an announcement about it, and more often than not, an actual link link. If you just click the link, it'll open up the website, and boom, there's the video to watch. And then finally, we have the fundamental news. This is where we post basically the fundamentals for that week, with a little bit more focus on FTMO, the restricted events. Basically, yeah, it's just a nice reminder to be aware of the fundamentals that may impact your trading for the week ahead, so you can kind of plan out your week and yeah, just be aware of those things. But that's basically our Discord in a nutshell. The Discord does constantly change. What might be represented in this video on how our Discord looks might change slightly as time goes on. We're always open to feedback. We want to know what works, what might not work, recommendations, suggestions for how we can make the Discord better. Because at the end of the day, the Discord is for the community. And if there is a thing that we can implement or change or remove from the Discord to make your experience better, more streamlined, we want to hear about it. So yeah, that's Discord from start to finish in a nutshell. Really excited to have you part of the community, and we look forward to seeing you inside the Discord community so that we can support you and watch you and cheer you on in your journey ahead. Cheers.